Some say the earth will keep on turning. Dread times are here, and I'm not joking. I a warning. Man, it reminds me of that old song, man. That old Steel Pulse song. Who's responsible? That's what this reminds me of. It's so appropriate. What's going on and the attitude of the people. Most of y'all know they closed down the whole country of Italy, meaning the whole country is under some level of quarantine. 60 million people over a disease that, according to the popular estimate or the released estimates, is only killed about 4,000 or 5,000 people. But that's not enough to make folks question. That's not enough to make people, understand and be concerned. A disease that goes around the world in less than 90 days. That's not enough to make the people question. A disease that they tell you it only affects old people and people with compromised immune systems. Everybody else is going to be all right. Yet the doctor who first reported this in China, a straight freedom fighter, I can't pronounce his name, so I'm not going to do it a disservice, but you can look his name up. He dies of it, and he was a young man. We got a medical professional in New Jersey, Mr. I think it's Cai, C-A-I. He is fighting for his life. He's a physician's assistant, and he's crying out to people to take this seriously because he has none of the underlying health issues that would cause you to be of high risk for this to manifest as more than a flu in your life. As you probably know from my previous videos, I'm not a person who promotes hoarding, especially of things that are basically not a necessity. Like toilet paper. There's a lot of different options that you can do to clean yourself. That's not going to be a sustainable thing for you to hoard, more than likely, especially if you waited to this last minute. And if you think that toilet paper and baby wipes is more important than beans and rice, you got a serious problem. But the other thing I wanted to point out in this video is the EU, one of the highest ranking, or she may be the highest ranking person in the EU in regards to the money. She's like the equivalent over the Federal Reserve. She says this virus could cause a recession on the same magnitude as what happened in 2008 in Europe. Well, I'm gonna throw another log on the fire, and I'm just a old fat black man, in overalls. So what do I know? If America starts to slip, if America really starts to have to shut down and do what Italy is doing and do what China is doing, and the economy starts to falter, what happens if China dumps all them dollars on the world market that they've been hoarding all these years? What if they say, hey man, we're not shipping like we need to ship, we're not bringing in the profits, You know, we got to use these dollars. We got to buy stuff with these dollars, bring it in for our people. Whatever excuse they give, it doesn't matter. The result will be the same. You'll have hyperinflation of the dollar. So that same gallon of milk or gallon of gasoline that you bought for $2.50, $3, $3.50, you know, it costs you $15, $20. And there'll be shortages because won't nothing be moving the way that it needs to be moving. I see a lot of people from all walks of life, all races, all religions, you know, and everybody's an expert about something that, at least until the world, you know, the general public, none of us had heard of it before 90 days ago. But everybody's an expert. I see people saying things like, you know, well, you know, I eat electric foods, so I'm alkaline electric, so I'm good to go. You know, yeah, they say it ain't no big deal. All you gotta do is wash your hands. You know, I believe you do have to wash your hands, but I don't think they said it's not a big deal. They're shutting down school systems. Tulane University shut down classes, I heard. A couple of them in Ohio said it's not worth the risk. You know, you got major stadium venues slowing down or shutting down because they don't want to spread the disease. You got to think about the effects of this type of stuff on the economy. What does a major league baseball or major league team, you know, what kind of effect do they have on the economy when they have an event? What you think is going to happen when money in Vegas slows down? You know, what is that? How does that affect the economy? Goods and services. When they stop buying as much lettuce as they've been buying to make all them salads and different things, how does that affect everybody else? I'm not saying that it's going to affect you negatively, but it's going to affect you some way, you know. But it's just still not real to people yet. And it won't be real to them until it's too late, you know. And we have a story about that with Prophet Noah, peace be upon him, and how the people scorned him and clowned him, you know, about building the ark and about putting stuff in the ark. I'm encouraging everybody, get your personal ark together. You know, hell what the people say, hell what the other people say. Get your personal ark together. If you want to walk around in the store with a mask on and nobody else is walking around the store with a mask on, and there's not one single coronavirus in your city, not one single person who has coronavirus in your city, don't be ashamed. That's what you're doing to protect yourself and protect your children, you know, or your family, whoever that might be, you know. And you have every right to do that. That's in your ark, you know. You want to sanitize everything, you want to stop shaking hands, you know, that's your right. You know, but be prepared in every which way you can. Better to be prepared and people get to laugh at you. Oh man, you did all that for nothing. See, that wasn't nothing. I told you that was nothing. I would rather be that guy than be the person that looks down and says, I went to the store and there was nothing there. You know, I got 2 weeks worth of food because I thought something that took 3 months to get to me would only affect me for 2 weeks. I just don't understand it, man. I don't understand the mentality. But I ain't gonna be making too many more videos about stuff like this. You know. Peace. Love you for free. I continually, wherever you may be.